early December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. They start the drive with Cook. And that is the kind of tackling they want. As he'll lose yardage to start things out.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Cook again. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stop for a loss.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll get this one away just shy of the 45-yard line. A nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Vikings had 7-4 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. Open man once again, it's Thielen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. This defense for the Jets, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Cousins gives way to Cook. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He had a minimal gain on 1st down. Now they stop him for no gain. What do you think, going in a different direction on 3rd down?
Could very well be. I'll guarantee he's asking for the ball 3rd time to try to make up for the first 2. But his QB might very well say, well, man, maybe next series. Let's try someone else on this play.
On third down, Cousins. And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it down from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup, but that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Wilson. It's a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Gets around him. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. to about the 23.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Wilson. He'll air this one out for Mims. It got his man complete. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line. For Zach Wilson, you have to figure if you're going to be drafted number 2 overall, you better have a big arm, and he does not disappoint there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs or putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. Hall again on 2nd down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Matthew Wright on for the kick goal. A 25-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception setting up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10. They're on the 17-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Paul on a give up the middle. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 43-yard line.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one of the folks on the table. He's like, shots on that.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They're quickly to Thielen here. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
Time to start the drive, but not anymore. But that's the play call. The offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
They run the counter with Cook. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 39, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production mix they don't want to be in 3rd and long, and that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Cousins now. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Wilson will throw again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson, he's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that will be incomplete. Still to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it will be Vikings ball 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 41, Cousins. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Point after, right down the middle, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Berrios now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
The man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Cook. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. He's got this to Jefferson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
If you're looking for glory, look at
to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone. But still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play.
And my goodness, another interception.
Put on the scene, and the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Now, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them.
He's got a man complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far. But you got to figure, when you're down a bunch, why not take some big shots? And they connect on that one.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one 62 yards in the air.
Now Wilson on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, his throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot. It's going to bring up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game ready. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll field this at the 5. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. Now Cook hit and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. That one may not cost him in the end, but still, obviously something the coach wants to avoid.
Oh, without a doubt. It won't cost the team because of where they are on the scoreboard, but it will cost the player who gave up the football.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for the Jets.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
Oh, good-looking return set up here.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. And they'll get this one past midfield for a big stop just before the 35. Now goes a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
In this passing game, they've been a machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook.
And he'll get it inside the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 22-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now Cook running right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing, Cousins. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
But ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they'll pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already locked in, but you and I both know. If you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He'll air this one out from Mims. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Throwing on first down, and this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw is Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Push that ball down quick. As soon as he released the throw, the player is there to slam that window shut.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will recover. It won't make much difference here. This will stay with a turnover on downs. They had to go through with such little time remaining. And the Vikings defense is going to get the final away. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing here, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He finds it. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline is still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Cousins here to throw.
Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation.
And they work this out across the 25. 23 yards to pick up there.
There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already had the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. On 1st and 10, Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very